All right, Ramey, on this video I'm going to show you how to do the nitrous controller. It's mounted here in the glove box. I've unhooked one of the latches that keeps it from dropping down all the way so that I can make it easier for you to see on the video. So I'm going to drop it down here. This controller will only turn on, again, when we put it in the upward accessory mode. So I'm going to do that to get it turned on. I tried to make this as simple as possible and make it where it's going to be easy for you to make adjustments because you're going to want it different depending on track conditions at the quarter mile or at the mile. So we set this up where you can adjust a timer delay so that once you actually meet all the parameters of wide open throttle and the RPM window switch that we set up for it, you can set a delay up of 1/10 of a second all the way to 10 seconds. So the first thing we're going to do when we're going to do this is you can see we have N2O1, N2O2. Everything on this controller is set up on N2O1, so that's the only one you'll need to use. So whenever you're going to make a change, all you're going to do is you're going to push this. The very first thing that comes up is the delay, which is what we're going to want to change. So we're going to push enter right here, and it brings up the screen with the delay on it. It's got little arrows right here, which are controlled by these buttons, and it'll go all the way from 1/1000th of a second at a time. If you hold it down, it'll move faster. So this way you can play with it. With the quarter mile track, you might need a 1-second delay. At the mile, you may need a 8-second delay. So these are still in tenths of a second. This will be whole seconds. So we'll go to whatever you want to start it at. You're gonna have to play with this yourself and see what's gonna work best, because it's gonna depend on every single track, what's gonna work best for that day. Once you're done, you make a change. All you can do is push save, and it'll have it right there with the delay we set it at. And then we're gonna simply push back, and we're done. If you want to double check it, push that again, and see the delay is set up. Now again, at a quarter mile track, you may have this at 0. You may set it all the way up to 10 seconds. Again, you'll have to play with it and see what works best. But that's the only thing you're going to have to change on the controller to get it set up for how you want it. The way it's set up, it will not come on to wide open throttle, and the window switch is set up to come on at about 4,200 RPM, and it'll turn itself off about 6,800 RPM. So that way, if you were to miss a gear or anything like that, it would turn itself off before it hit the rev limiter. I know you'll have questions on this, so feel free to call me anytime. We can go over it. But that's the basics of it, and that should be really what you need to know to get you started.